All right, my sincerest apologies to everybody. We're 4 minutes late. We're hardly ever late, but I had some technical difficulties and had to reboot. Couldn't get any audio. Had an auto mute thing going on. So, welcome to Writing in the Ozarks. We're back, hopefully on a more regular schedule. Kind of got the studio, well, I thought working until I had to reboot, but we are back. We've got better internet. There's no storms tonight. So hopefully, we can stay on the air for a little bit. So with me, we have my beautiful wife, Firecracker, my buddy Bagger Bates. And I guess we're going to talk maybe just rallies and stuff we've done since catch up on what we've done since the last time we all talked. I know it's been about 3 weeks for us. So what do you think, Steve? What have you been up to? I know you didn't get to go to the Freedom Rally, so we'll get into that and tell you about that. But what have you been up to the last couple of weeks?
I've been doing a lot of riding and having a blast. But I have to compliment you on the the MTV studio look thing you got going back there. I'm waiting for Van Halen to jump out any second, a little Running with the Devil.
I thought about seeing if I could get one of the gals from Miss Kitty's to come wash the bike in the background. If she would do that, I would put a little more light on the subject, but for now it'll do.
Yeah, so I know that you guys are still very busy with things going on in your lives. So I've been making up for that, and I've been riding quite a bit. So I've been having a ball.
Yeah, we're a little jealous.
I want everybody to know just how much I love them. I am out here in a garage that you can see the lights up there. They're peeking through the edge of the roof. It's not finished yet, and it is 85 degrees in this sweat box. So I've gone to the sauna for all you guys. That's just how much I love you all.
We should switch places.
True.
Did you set up the studio out here and put all this work in, get the lighting going?
But
and
while
all
it's
that?
hot, you can have it. When it's cold, I can have it.
Okay, so are you going to wash the bike while you're out here?
No.
In a bikini? Because that'll
Not
bring
yours.
the views up.
I'm not wearing a bikini.
You can wash yours. I don't care. Just wash a bike on YouTube in a bikini, and that'll bring the views up.
I'm not wearing a bikini.
We could show that video of the girls up in St. Louis at that little bike rally you guys went to. That'd get some numbers.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's talk about the Freedom Rally. I mean, that is the main topic for the night. For those that have not been, this is a old school bike rally. I think are going to be between 900 and 1,000 in attendance this year. It looks like. Probably closer to 1,000 paid attendance. That's not counting some of the workers and things like that and stuff. And that's down, but it's been going down every year. And I think that's a problem. But I mean, I've worked at this for 3 years and I have not made a dent in it. So I must not be doing it right, or it's a problem that is not easily solved. So Steve, do you do any?
Go
ahead, Firecracker.
I think people want to go to the bigger rallies in cities more than they want to do the old school rallies. Personally,
do you think
there's a lot of girls that can't handle the camping in a tent and all that?
Jay says not me. Yeah, some people are. I mean, I there's some adage to that they keep saying that the Harley crowd is getting older and older, and we're aging out, and probably more of them are wanting to do campers and tents at this point in their life, maybe. But, I mean, Steve, do you do any old school small rallies where it's campers or tents kind of thing?
We have a really good one out in Perry Lake, and it's put on by A-Bait every year, and it gets rated X up there. And my problem is I'm fat. And so I have sleep apnea. So I'll die if I don't have my machine with me. So
I got a solution. I'm out of focus here. Let's see if we can fix that.
Yeah, you
are. It wanted to focus on
the
bike instead of me.
I had before you started.
I was trying to focus on the ride back there instead of me. So Steve, I can fix that sleep apnea problem. Just don't go to bed. Stay up 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it takes. Just stay up and don't go to bed. Then you don't have to worry about sleeping.
Well, so I did look into hotels, and I had one all picked out in a town off the, 40, 44? The town to the west of you.
St. Roberts.
I think so. And they had, so for everybody listening, I mean, they had rooms for like 50, $60. And I
Yep.
was going to get a room. And then it dawned on me that I have my son that weekend.
You could bring
Well,
him.
he's
He's
old
over
enough to get
18.
in.
He's 19. So I would love to introduce him to some adult Harley Davidson motorcycle type people, culture stuff. I think it'd be good for him.
Well, you could have
Did
brought
you
him,
take
and,
him-
and if he needed a break, we could take him back to the camp where he would be surrounded by people that would, watch out for him.
Yeah.
Didn't you take him to the Adam Sandoval's one time?
I've taken him twice down there.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I knew that there was, your event gets a little adult, so I figured it was probably 21 and over.
No, it's
Well,
18 and older.
We actually do 18 and older. I did have to turn somebody's 16-year-old daughter away that they wanted to bring in as a sober driver. You're like, nope. I don't have to tell you, besides stay in camp or have them pick you up outside the gate when you get ready to leave. They can run back and forth and pick you up, but they can't come inside. I mean, I've had some weird stuff. I had to turn people away for trying to bring in a baby in a baby stroller. I mean, it clearly states nobody under 18, adult only. Nick Dawn says, what is up? Well, apparently, according to Chase, it is Taco Tuesday somewhere, and we got to give him 30 minutes to get back to the house. So Chase came to the Freedom Rally for the very first time this year. So I think he enjoyed it. He did a little video on that. You guys can go check it out on Chase's Adventures. Jay, I know, has a good time. He likes to come to this. The Wagonators have told me in the past it's one of their favorite rallies. They're in the chat here tonight and stuff. They were there this year. So, but I don't know how to solve the shrinking crowd problem. I mean, we've tried to do less rules. We've had good bands. I mean, we've had some great bands. So it's just one of them things.
Yeah, from what you're telling me, it definitely doesn't sound like it's anything you're doing. I mean, you're doing all the right things. I don't know. Me and April were talking about this just while you were kind of working on stuff. With inflation and everything, I heard the other day that it takes about $12,000 more a year just to do the same things you did 4 years ago. That's a shitload of money. And
yeah.
I mean, so people are, and I know plenty of the guys I ride with, I mean, they're pinching pennies more so than they usually did or used to do. So that could be part of it.
Nick's close, but Nick came down just for the afternoon. I didn't get to visit with him much. I did get to say hi. I saw him leaving, but I was busy. That's part of the problem for me the last 3 years is I'm working to put this thing on, so I don't get to visit with my friends. It takes a lot of the fun out of it for me. I am taking a step back from being chairman and running this thing for a while, so we're going to let somebody else step up and take the reins, and maybe they can do something with it I couldn't. But I'm still going to be involved. For those of you that have been to the rally, I'm planning on still doing the bike games and things like that. We have a lot of fun doing the bike games. There's a lot of people that come to the rally that help me put it on they're just attendees that they get out there and they help me put the bike events on because we have a good time doing it.
Yeah, I've seen your pictures posted on Facebook. I mean, it definitely looks like a blast, and it is high on my priority list next year. So that's good to know that 18 and above, because I can definitely bring my son. He'll be 20, next year. So.
Fewer and fewer want to go to the sticks and camp. That's what Chase says. I mean, he thinks it's a dying thing, and that's unfortunate, but I mean, Monkeys started doing some videos about rallies in Sturgis and places to go, best bars to get a drink, best places to go, that kind of stuff. I'm sure he's going to do a whole series on that. But one of the things he talked about was like going back to the campground and hanging out with your buds, people. That is still, I think, a primary thing, either at Sturgis or whatever. And that was something I think we were kind of missing at Daytona. We had my buddy John with us, but we didn't really have a crew, and we were hanging out at a resort on the beach. It wasn't a party scene. And then we're kind of used to more of that kind of camp party atmosphere. And Daytona really, at least for us, didn't have that. If we go back, we probably should definitely try and figure out a way to incorporate that more into the trip.
Well, we're a testament to that because I think I met you at Lake of the Ozarks Bike Fest and basically said hi and whatever. But it wasn't until we went to K River, Adam Sandoval's campground, where we actually sat down and hung out over by your campground and got to know each other. I mean, that's why you and I are sitting here talking together.
Right. I think you said hi to me one time at the cat house too. I saw you there.
Okay.
But we just kind of, hey, how you doing? I'm Steve.
Yeah.
I'm Mike. Thanks for watching the channel, blah, blah, blah. But we didn't really sit and visit in the campground, sitting around a fire, telling lies, picking on each other, talking shit is, I think a big part of what this culture is. And at least it used to be. And it's part of what I love about the culture. So, I hope it can hold on. So Zan says money is why I didn't make it. I was looking forward to it. Also, other life stuff got in the way. And I think that happens. I think also it kind of goes back to the economy that either people can't afford it or they're working 2 jobs to survive, so they can't take off.
Yeah. Well, that's why I started going to Sturgis every other year. I'm like, financially, it just makes more sense to me because I want to do other rallies. So something's got to give. There's only so many dollars in the piggy bank. So I'm sure everybody else is feeling the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm hoping these rallies can stay alive. Like your A-Bait rallies, I'm sure are very similar to what we're doing. There's a freedom rally in, I think, A-Bait, Iowa or Illinois, one of them puts on. It's definitely a lifestyle thing that I want to support and go to. We still do. Holy smokes, there's Fletch's rides. Now, I don't know if anybody remembers Fletch. I mean, I haven't seen him forever. Fletch is in Singapore. And
Oh,
he started, he was doing YouTube about the same size as me when I first started. Are you still hanging out in Singapore selling Harley Davidson's, Fletch? So we'll see if we get an answer for him. But yeah, he used to do a lot of drone stuff, a lot kind of cinematic touch to his videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was one of those channels I was watching when I first started.
I have to say the one thing like with our rally that people don't realize is like for us, yeah, we're around people that we ride with all the time and stuff, but we get to hang out more, sit around. It's not like just a couple hours here, but it's $35 if you're not in a MR motorcycle. What do you call it, Mike?
If you're not a member of a motorcycle rights organization, which we honor, A-Bait, the Motorcycle Riders Foundation, MRF, all of those.
But it's $35 if you're a non-member of one of those, and if you're a member of one of those, it's $30 for the whole weekend. So you can come in on, it's supposed to be Friday to Monday, but so it's that for the whole weekend. We have really good bands. You have downtime to sit with your friends. We have really good, I think, a good choice in the field events, bike games stuff, but also like our group, we bring our grills and stuff like that, and everybody pitches in and we grill and make food together. So you can make it really affordable for you to come to it, unless you decide to eat at the vendors, which we got to support the vendors too. But I mean, it's a whole weekend thing, and it's not real expensive, and there's plenty of stuff to do, and you have a lot of time to meet people and just hang out.
How many times have you gone to the bar and blowed $100 in 4 hours? And here $35 for the whole weekend means for $100 you can have, if you'll tent camp, you can have the whole weekend, food and buy you
can bring your own alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, and like I mentioned, I was finding hotel rooms for $50 to $60. That still makes it very, very affordable, even if you have to go that route.
I mean, you can. We try to support the vendors here and there. and we do try to support the shrine as far as buying drinks from them here and there. But that doesn't mean we don't take our own in too. But the shrine, they help kids, so of course we're going to try to support them some too. But you
And
can
then
make it a.
I was going to say they make a little bit off that $35. We don't keep all that. They get a percentage of the gate.
Yep.
But yeah, you can make this an affordable weekend.
Yeah.
Busted came. Sorry I'm late. There was a bus full of bears being attacked by a nun and 13 orphans. Boy, I hope them bears got out alive.
I think I passed that. I think I saw that on the side of the road.
Busted came for the first time. Chase came for the first time. I think having, for Chase or Busted, if they didn't have our compound and our friends to kind of come and hang out with, I'm sure it'd been a different experience not knowing anybody. But that doesn't mean it'd be a bad thing. I mean, that's how you meet people. So I started out going to this not knowing people. I mean, I've been going to this off and on for 20 plus years. And I'd go down there and there'd be one or two people I knew already riding around. You talk to them for 15 or 30 minutes. You hang out at the bar. And the guy that's been riding his motorcycle around all naked all day comes in. And then everybody walks up and slaps him on the back because he's fucking sunburned all to hell. Looks like a damn crab. So, I mean, it's, of course, he's still naked. So you slap him from a distance. You don't get too close. No hugs.
Right.
But, people have to be willing to take that chance on that adventure to get to know people. So John said I met you guys on a poker run. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I do think the small rallies invite you to make friends a lot easier than a big rally for sure.
Right.
Oh yeah. Busted said hello to everybody. He's on his phone. He can't tag everybody, but yeah, I mean, it's
and the thing is if there's something not going on or something you don't want to do, you could go either way out of there, and there's good riding there, and there's places you could ride to Uranus.
Get your fudge packed.
You could ride to Eminence, and there's plenty of places you could ride, and there's not going to be as much traffic as when you go to a bigger rally that's in a city or something like that, and they're all really good roads.
Yeah, and Chase brought up that they did eat at the main pavilion and had it at the steak trailer several times, and they do that out in the woods thing, and they're not afraid to go meet people. But it's easier when there's food or drinking, and we had half a dozen different food concessions, so you could have a variety. You didn't always have the same thing. And we try and do our best for a small rally, and it's a good time. We have a good time, and I sure hope more people come and check it out, and that the thing continues to grow. We give out license plates for trophies for the different classes, and they're a little flat license plate, but they're really easy for people to transport home. And we've got people who have decorated like a whole wall in their garage with them. They've been coming this was the 35th year. So some of these people have been coming for 20 plus years, putting their bike in the bike show, collecting a trophy or two every year we'd give out the same trophies for bike games. So you might get a trophy for the bike show, and then you might get a trophy for the bike games. Depending on how many you participate in, you get more,
But they're easy to load on your bike and haul home. They just, slide in a spot.
Busted said, I like the new live backdrops, Mike and April.
Did you see Chase's? Mike, bone to pick. I didn't get a license plate for bronze Mr. Buds.
Chase.
Mr. Buns didn't get one either, did he?
Chase Foster, I believe you got cash money. Did you not get cash money? Would you rather, if you would like to trade me the cash money for a license plate, I can get you one made. But that might be something to think about. Maybe next year's give out trophies for the Miss Freedom and the Mr. Buns, first, second, third, just like to give out cash. Get a sponsor for those trophies as well. And then maybe people will feel like they should try and compete in it every year and how many of the trophies they can get for the Mr. Buns contest. So do the rallies ever have those stickers that say, hey, hello, my name is? And like they had back in the day with job fairs and whatnot. We don't provide those, but you're welcome to make your own. And I think maybe that should be a contest. Maybe we should buy a bunch of those and leave them at the check-in booth for people to make their own name tags as they come in and put on, and see what kind of funny shit people will come up with.
My question is, does it stick to skin?
So Chase said he'd trade that $25 for a license plate.
I thought he got more than $25.
Nah, I think for 30 he only got 25. I think it was 25, 75, and 100 or something. I don't remember how they split it up.
Well, I've seen people's men's dinglings, whatever you want to call them, on people that I know that I really did not want to see.
That's why I didn't come, April.
Yeah.
She didn't want you to. Steve didn't want you to see his bulge.
My monster.
I told Mike, with us not being on the committee and having to work all the time, he might get me drunk enough. I might get up there and do the wet T-shirt or the Miss Freedom contest, but I don't think I can get myself as wild as those girls do.
Chase wants to know if you feel differently about him now.
No.
It was a good time. We have a good time. These old school rallies, man, they're a lot of fun. I highly encourage everybody to find a bait or 4 rally in their area that they can go check out. Busted said, "Cough, Chase, cough." I think maybe we should get Sarah a patch. I came up with the road name for her.
Oh,
Fluffer.
Yeah?
Fluffer.
Who doesn't like a good fluffer?
What do you think, Chase? Will Sarah wear a patch that says Fluffer if we get her one? She explained that road name to everybody, how she earned it.
That's it. That's his wife.
Yeah.
No wonder
she went backstage and helped him get ready for the Mr. Buns contest.
Some of those guys were back there playing with themselves before they went on stage. I've seen them.
You gotta work it, man. You gotta get it looking right.
She said no to Fluffer, though.
Yep.
She's sitting right here. She said Fluffer was a no. Oh. So, Steve, did you see my Instagram post today?
I'm going to say no.
I finally got around to putting something on the Dyna that I've had for a couple months, and I've been resisting putting it on because I had other things I need to get done, and I'm getting closer to being caught up. So the Dyna got a little upgrade today.
Sweet.
Maybe I can pull up a picture because I don't want to get up and turn all the lights on, and I can't wheel the bike up close to the camera, but I might be able to pull something up on the internet here and share it.
Hey, but while he's trying to pull that up, did everybody see his post about that new Beyond the Riders jacket that he posted on his page? How many of you think that his wife really needs that purple jacket? Help me out here.
Did y'all see the jacket, the 2 jackets that Beyond Riders just sent her?
No.
Yeah, somebody needs to get on our social media game. Yeah. Beyond Riders.
I've taken the one out of the package until I was ready to wear it, which we talked about Friday night.
They sent me in April a mesh riding shirt for the summer, Kevlar lined. So it's not like a T-shirt; it's like a jacket, kind of shirt, but it's mesh, but it's got Kevlar lining in it. Comes with pads for your back and elbows and all that stuff if you wear those as well. Got the eyeglass cleaner in it. Got good sized pockets, 2 zipper inside pockets and everything. So I'll be reviewing that here in a month or 2 after I've gotten to wear it a little more. But I've been wearing it this week. I've worn it the last 2 days and rode and stuff. But here, let me share what I put on the bike.
Sounds cool.
Let me share this. Look at that. Don't you think I need that?
Sexy. Sexy.
Talk about sexy.
Oh, taking it to the next level.
So when we got her Sport Glide painted, our buddy Travis tried to match the paint on the Dyna as close as possible. So this is actually the same paint as her Sport Glide, and that's how close a match it is on that bike. What do you think?
Wow. Looks perfect.
So,
We actually, not last weekend, the weekend before, he rode that and I rode mine on a poker run we did.
Ah.
Do you want to show them how that Do you want to show them how that turned out?
Oh, I'm gonna get him. Just
look
Oh,
here.
I saw this.
She jumped me off the stop sign, but you can tell who shifted when.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get him.
Yep, just get it dialed in, and you'll get him.
Now, if you watch, you can tell she hits the governor because the bike nosedives there. She didn't quite shift soon enough. She let it hit the governor, and it nose dropped.
Yeah,
I'll get it.
She'll get it. Yeah, she'll dial it in. She'll get you.
Hey, Salty Badger's joined the crowd here. So Deb's in the house. Salty said evening all. Zen says Cafe Racer looks pretty cool. Yeah, that is the Road Warrior fairing. And like I said, we got it color matched or custom painted to match.
Very
I didn't
cool.
buy it color matched. We made it color matched. Zan said he did see the purple jacket that I posted. Yeah, so that one, the one she's talking about is.
I pulled it up.
I think I shared a picture of it, but it's
You did on your Riding in the Ozarks Facebook. Yep, there it is. Yep.
That's a fleece jacket. So that's a little heavier. So that's more of a winter jacket.
Yep.
So maybe she'll get that for Christmas.
No, I don't need it for Christmas. I just needed you to buy it for me.
Yeah, no, that's a good looking jacket.
You need to get to work on your social media game, and maybe Beyond Riders will give you a little more love here in a couple months after summer's over and get you one to demo for the winter.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm up to 92 subscribers.
Holy smoking Joe. Speaking of
I'm really going places.
Have you got your channel ready to share out here?
I don't know, Mike. You're the tech guy. I mean, just go to YouTube, Bagger Bader.
All right. I'll go find it for you.
I'm still doing my little 60-second info type stuff, and I'm having fun with it.
Well, so I saw earlier somebody commented that you've been doing a lot of shorts and stuff.
Yeah, and in the group that I like to ride with, they're starting to get a little bit more comfortable with it. I think that hopefully I can incorporate them a little more. You know, we were talking the other day about how, you know, when we're all sitting around bullshitting, I mean, it gets pretty funny pretty quick. And if I could catch some of that, I think that would be pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see. Channel here. It is Bagger Bader, right?
Bagger Bader. 2 words.
Getting everything but you.
And for those wondering, my last name is Bates. So since I've been 9 years old, initially I was Master Bates. And then as my friends kind of grew a little older, it just became Bader. So anyone that really knows me, that's my name, you know, and I've gotten to where that's what I like to hear. I mean, that's a friend telling me that they, you know, that we're cool. So if you ever see me out and about, call me Bader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear Salty's got a show coming up. He's going to try the Chicago Motoblot show.
Oh.
So that'll be his 3rd or 4th bike show this year, including Cycle Showcase. So,
hey, what do you think about Randy having Cycle Showcase up in Sturgis? Have we talked about that? I don't think we have.
I don't think we've talked about that. I know it's going to be at the Steel Pony. Steel Pony's actually like enclosed that pavilion area next to the pool to make that like more studio style lighting and control the lighting and stuff. So I would say with that kind of investment, we could expect this to be an annual thing.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I bet it will be. And you know, I messaged him privately and I said, you know, my only fear for you is the weather out there. You know, the wind and the hail, and So he might have expressed that concern to the Steel Pony, and that's maybe, I don't know if that had any play with them enclosing that space, but certainly won't hurt nothing. But yeah, good for him.
So Salty, they are one of 12 premier builders in the Valhalla portion of the invited builder. So that's very cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe I get a little more stuff done on the Dyna. I can start working on that Sportster. I think this month I'm going to finish getting things kind of prepped here. And then next month I'm going to make a push on getting as much out of the shop as I can. I don't know if I can get it all done by the end of July, but if not, by the end of August, try to have everything moved from the old shop to the new shop and have my lift over here. And then I can, come winter, it cools off, I'll be able to work in the shop and work on bikes and do stuff and work on that Sportster and see about maybe what we're going to do with it.
We're going to make it a chopper.
She wants to make it a chopper.
You going to stretch it, break the shit out of it, or are you going to make more of a pro street, or do you have kind of an idea of what you want to do with it?
Well, I wanted to make it a dirt drag bike, and chopper's not ideal for that, but we might.
Where are you going to do that at? You might as well
here in the goddamn yard. You're just going to get out there. You're just going to get out there in the yard and film me doing donuts in the grass. Then we don't have to mow it.
While you got a cheap enough bike, you could make my chopper that I want.
I could make your chopper that you want. Well, I have a cheap enough bike.
Yeah.
She has enough cheap enough.
And you bought that after we were married. You realized that.
Yeah. So you give me your
premarital.
Yep.
So like you keep saying on everything else.
So you buy me out of my half of the chopper, and then we can make it what you want with your money.
Well, on a serious note, I think I think you bought that with the intentions of taking that south to a rally that
Arkansas
may not be happening anymore.
Right.
So I guess you could take it a different direction if you had to. So
on this one, they've got Salty said they've got to ride through the streets, and it's got a pretty solid purse in it. So that'll be cool. There's nothing wrong with a ride-in show. I think Busted put in Zan put in Busted's channel. Zan's a moderator for the channel also. So if you guys don't behave, Zan's going to be the one that's going to come after you.
Chase makes a good point. TC or Jay does. TC Brothers has a lot of parts for to make a chopper.
They have a lot of parts to make a dirt drag bike too.
Yeah, they got if anybody hasn't been on their website, that's a cool little company.
So Firecracker, our buddy Lloyd Blake's in the house. He said, "Oh boy, Mike, you're in trouble." John said, "Marital property." We haven't
seen him in a while.
John knows how to work marital property. You just hide it in a storage shed somewhere that they don't know where it's at and have access to it until they give up.
Hey, did you let him know we might need him to bail us out tomorrow?
Hey, yeah, John, if
Me
we call
tomorrow, and several of my family members,
we'll be looking for a group discount.
Yeah.
So if we call you after 12:30 tomorrow afternoon,
no,
please pick.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, it'll take them a little while to book us and get us arrested. So, if after 12:30, before 3 o'clock, then there's a good chance we need, or before 5 o'clock, there's a good chance we need bail.
Yep.
Chase says, wait, y'all had premarital bike? Will that be a Presbyterians think? Wait, what will the Presbyterians think?
Sinners.
Rally.
You're going to hell.
All John sees is dollar signs when we say that to him.
Mudbog bike. Yeah, we miss you too, Lloyd, man. If you get back up this way, you have to holler us. He's at Chicago tonight, it looks like. He's a truck driver. Talk to TC Bros about a sponsorship. They used to sponsor like everybody, and now you don't see them sponsoring anybody. And I really, unless it's something I really want, a product that like somebody I already do business with, and I really like their products, and they've got something I want that I think I can provide value to them as well. That's the only way I'll reach out to somebody about a sponsorship. Otherwise, they come to me. I don't come to them because I don't want to ask. I'm not going to ask somebody for something just to get something to make a video. That's not I'm not doing it just to make advertising or just to make a video. If they have like somebody like Custom Dynamics, I might talk to them about doing something on the Dyna because I've used their products. I bought their products. I like their products and I believe in their products. So I'm okay with, doing a collaboration with them where they give me something and I do something for them in return. And that's, some people think YouTubers just get a lot of shit for free, but the fact is there's a lot of time that goes into these videos and your time is worth something. You're not giving something away. And when you've been doing this for 5 years, I mean, the first few years, nobody gave me squat, all that time and effort is, money and time I put out on my end with no reward in return. So if you're collecting later after 5 years, that's just like establishing a business that doesn't make money for the first 3 years and then starts making money. Once it starts making money, that doesn't mean, oh, you just got it easy. That means you're just starting to recoup what you invested for the first 3 years.
Yeah.
John says money, money, money.
Money,
John,
money, money.
She's good for it. I'll put Firecracker up for collateral.
I don't think you need $1 million, do you?
No. But I'm gonna, that's the way I am, Mike. We've got collateral. We got some stuff we can put up if we have to, but it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow at noon.
Yep.
Let's see here. I had a 40-ounce beer and a pile of tacos.
John, those coupons are for you to cash in with your wife, not me. I don't know if Mike was there when I even gave you that for your birthday.
Well, apparently my wife is giving my buddy sex coupons or something because if I know him and if he's wanting to cash them in, that's what it's about.
Us girls went to the sex shop and it was John's birthday. The next day, I think it was because I think we went on Thursday, and I bought him a coupon book that he could cash in with Cassie, and I got him a T-shirt.
Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh.
So on my wife's birthday, her idea of fun is to load up a bunch of girlfriends and go to the sex shop.
Yeah, we did.
Well, can't blame you there.
No.
They all enjoyed going.
I don't know why Chase was surprised. I mean, I put this notice out about the live today. I mean, there were several hours of notice. Yeah, we did. We were a little. It's been a little busy, and I didn't get it done last night. I'm trying to finish a video for another company that I have a timeline on, and I've been kind of behind. I've only been getting like one video every 2 or 3 weeks out, so I'm trying to get kind of caught up. I got a lot of content recorded. I need to get edited, so I've been working my tail off every night. Firecracker falls asleep, and I'm sitting there on the computer editing. Yeah, see, even Busted knew I gave notice. Couple hours. I mean, what more do you need? And these lives are for fun for us. We have a good time, and for us, it's just kind of like getting together and hanging out and catching up with everybody and stuff. And some of the folks in the chat we get to see in person, and some of them we get to see at 2 or 3 events a year, and it's really cool. Like Busted now, we've seen him twice this year. I don't know if he's going to make it to BBB or Bike Fest this year, but maybe we'll see him a third time. But yeah, we've seen Chase a couple times this year, and I'm sure we'll see him in Arkansas. And I think Chase is thinking about doing Bike Fest this year.
Oh, cool.
Well, and our calendars kind of fell apart on some of the stuff that we were planning on doing. Like this month, we were pretty booked, and then it's kind of dwindled down to not very much.
Yeah, we
and I think we're gonna do is opened up.
Yeah, we're gonna do an event probably at Renegade in a couple of weeks, just on a Saturday. It's just a local dealership event, but go down, hang out and stuff and check out things and kind of just, be around for people if they want to come say hi at Renegade Harley Davidson. That's for their summer bash on the 22nd. And I really haven't promoted that a whole lot. Part of it with us is, we've had a lot of stuff come up lately last minute that have interfered with things. So I'm a little reluctant to promote something, then have to cancel it like I did the Ozark Rides rally. So I want to really make sure we're going to be able to make it before we promote it. But we're going to be at Bike Fest. We're going to be at the Springfield 66 Festival. We'll be at Bikes,
When is
Blues, and
that?
Barbecue. I'm going to be there. That's the one in August. That's the same weekend as the Yukon Games. So I'm thinking like Friday, Saturday in Springfield and Sunday at the Yukon Games.
I don't guess I have any of that on my.
I
calendar.
gave you
thought
those
I did.
dates. I gave you the dates. They were the dates that Renegade sent me. That's
we'll
a big.
We'll have to sit down and go through our calendars again.
Yeah, but I think Chase will enjoy Bike Fest, and I mean he may. I don't know if he'll want to get out and do some of the roads. I don't know what day he's coming up on, but maybe if he's coming up early enough, we can take him for a good ride out in some scenic no man's land.
Yeah.
Take him out there toward Taos and some of that area, across St. Elizabeth and back in there.
Great
and no,
riding
Busted,
back in there.
He's not doing his camp out this year because the weekend that he would have had it is when they moved K River, and it just
If I have it,
going on.
It'll be like late September, early October. Be the only opportunity I could have it. Otherwise, it's have it in August when everybody would be sweating balls, and nobody wants to camp when their balls are sweaty.
Yes, that's not the funnest.
Yeah, we were originally going to shoot for June, then Adam moved his event to the same weekend that I was planning on doing mine. And with us moving and everything else this year, I just kind of put it to the side for now. It may have to take a year off and then fire it back up next year.
Hey, can I pimp an event that I'm going to this Saturday?
Absolutely. I'd be ashamed if you didn't.
Okay. Well, as some of you may know from previous videos, I was helping a friend here in Kansas City put on the Big Ass Poker Run. And for a couple of reasons, he's decided to move it back to our hometown of Hays, Kansas, which is out in kind of western Kansas. And so that's this Saturday. Money goes to some military stuff. There's some kid benefits, donations and stuff that he does. So it's a charity event, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There's some cool little towns out there that I think people would enjoy seeing, and maybe take you kind of back to how it used to be back in the old West. So if anybody's out that part of the neck of the woods wants to have a fun little weekend in Hays, Kansas, they'd love to have you.
Yeah, I mean, this year we could have actually probably made that, but we actually have another biker wedding this weekend. So Saturday, we have a friend who's a member of a 1%er, but he used to be a member of our MRO, and then he was in a sport club, and now he's in a 1% club, and they're having a big biker wedding, and we're going to go hang out and support them. So
cool.
So
hopefully Friday night we get to go for a ride.
Yeah, we're gonna get some more riding in. We're gonna have to. We're gonna force some things. We got some stuff we gotta do. Gotta pick up the social media game. So Busted asked, have you sold the Street Glide yet, or haven't really tried? I haven't been riding it as much because I want to put miles on it, because I am sure I am going to sell it. I'm just not sure if it's going to be this month, next month, what. We're still working on closing the house loan and what we got to have for down and what we got to pay off for debt and things like that. So I may end up selling it to pay down debt, or I may end up selling it to have money down on the house. We're kind of waiting right now to hear back from the bank on some stuff. I've also got some property that we talked about leveraging. So they're looking at what will work the best for us and things like that. And we've been paying down some debt and getting credit scores up and things like that. Just, grinding. So the Street Glide's not been put up for sale yet, just because I didn't want to sell it and then be sitting on the cash, not have the bike if I need the bike for a trip. So until I know what I need for cash, then I'll sell the bike. And it may, if it turns out I don't have to have it, then maybe I will wait till I know I've got a 24 lined out and then sell the bike to make a down payment on a 24. We'll just have to see.
Or save it until I decide to move up so I have something to start on.
Well, if that would work out, that'd be great. That's been a possibility. That's one reason we haven't, because I won't get out of it what I've got in it.
But we'd have to paint it before I wrote it.
You can't write it black? Are you prejudiced? You got something against black bikes? Black bikes matter.
Once you go purple, you can't go back.
Steve, be quiet.
Hey, and then so the following weekend, I'm really excited about this deal. Made friends with a bunch of guys up in Omaha, and so next Thursday, I'm going up to Omaha. They have what they call 100 block, where they over in Council Bluff they block off a street, kind of their party zone, and I guess it attracts several thousand people. So I'm gonna hit that event, and then the next day we're heading over to Savannah, Illinois, and we're gonna hang out at Poopy's, which is a very famous biker bar in Illinois. And then the next day we're going to this place. I don't know if you see it or not, Psycho Silo, which is also in Illinois. And so I'm looking forward to that trip. And if anybody's out there and wants to come and say hi, love to meet you.
Cool. So they're talking about getting Firecracker on an OnlyFans page. Of course, that was Nick's idea.
Sex sells.
That'll help pay for a bike, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuck on my Prospect Gold now, Lloyd says. So, yeah, he just upgraded last year, I think it was. We went to something like 11 rallies events last year, and I got a bit burnt out doing stuff we know we want to and focusing on riding this year. Yeah, I mean, and the economy is a part of it. I mean, we were originally planned on going to homecoming. Now that's not so positive. We might not go to homecoming if it turns out I need to sell the bike. I mean, I could ride the Dyna all the way up there, but it's not going to be the same experience. To be honest, we're trying to save money and do this deal with the house. So that means, this year we spent a lot of money at front at the beginning of the year. I mean, trip to Vegas was not free. It was free for me, but we paid for the flight for Firecracker out there. We paid for a rental car for her, paid for all of her housing and everything. Then we went to Daytona, and that wasn't free. That was 2 flights down, 2 flights back. Harley Davidson did loan us motorcycles, and we're very thankful for that. That made that trip a lot easier to make it happen, but it still wasn't a free trip. I mean, we spent money on Daytona for a week and a weekend in Vegas, and we've been to Spring Fling, we've been to Steel Horse Rally. We've got a few people that help us here and there. Schmidt Law Firm helps out a little bit on some of the travel expenses, and the Cat House gives us a place to stay. Like we did on the way to Steel Horse Rally, we didn't have to get a room in Eureka at least, but we started to get a room at Steel Horse Rally and stuff like that. We're not, sponsored and someone just pays for our travel. So we've done quite a bit of travel already this year. We're 5 or 6 rallies in, so we may have to slow down a little bit till September because we're going to have 2 or 3 forward to do then.
You guys are coming up to Kansas City for a rally. Is that right?
Right. End of July, we're coming up, or middle of July, we're coming up for Thunder on the Speedway. And then we've got in August, the Route 66 Festival in Springfield. And in September, we've got Bike Fest, Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. We've got Shovel Fest, which doesn't really have any travel expenses. That's close enough. That's a day trip. But then after we get back. There's Rat Run, which again is close enough. It's a 1-day trip. We don't have to stay overnight anywhere. But still, it's gas and it's food and eating out and all those things, and they add up. I mean, the day of the $5 Happy Meal bullshit or whatever is gone.
That's $10. $10 now.
And they won't even let me order off the fucking kids' meal unless I steal some little homeless kid off the corner and make him ride in the car with me.
Hey, little kid, get over here. I'm hungry.
I'll let
All
you have
these
the
guys
apple
over
slice.
here in the
I'll
all
give you
these
a
guys
fry.
over here in the side chat are getting on my bad side.
Uh-oh. Don't
Wipes
piss
are
her
expensive.
off. You light that fuse and firecracker goes off.
Cheaper to keep than to get rid of. Facts. Hog Rock is this weekend. That's one
Yeah,
that's on our list. We just ain't gonna make that happen this year.
I think we should definitely put it on our calendar for next year. Busted said he liked one of them more than the other, but I don't remember which one it was.
Is it Hog Rock
'Cause
or
it's at-
October?
'cause
Or
they're
October. One's in October. And Salty's absolutely right. If it's got tits or tires, it's going to cost you money.
I don't have none. I need some.
Oh, yours are just fine.
No, I think
I don't know, Mike. I don't know if we really.
Well,
we
you can make the first donation to the booby job.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold the thing out on the side of the road, say I'm not homeless. I just need money help and get a boob job.
Jay Sorsby says a supersized Big Mac is like $17.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah,
Hog Rock.
He already.
Yeah, so Jay said Hog Rock next year. So I think Jay's wanting us all to get together and do Hog Rock.
Two different times. It's one's in October, right? And then one's
one is
June.
Hog Rock, and one is got a different name than one in the fall, because Hog Rock is this time of year, and then the other one is like a different name. But I believe they both take place at Cave In Rock or something like that.
Is it in Illinois or Kentucky?
June is more active, probably because it's warmer.
Yeah, Little Sturgis. And Little Sturgis, Hog Rock, those are all kind of events similar to your Freedom Rally. And then it's kind of an old school, anything
bigger.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hog Rocktober Fest. Okay. So I think he told us he'd recommend us do the June rally instead of the October one.
Right. Which we could
So
do. We could do Loretta Lynn the weekend before the Freedom Rally, the TMMR. Then we'll come back, do the Freedom Rally, and then, in June, go do Hog Rock. July, do Thunder at the Speedway. August next year, we'll go back to Sturgis. We'll be due.
He's already got our next year planned out.
Cave In Rock, Illinois. Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
And we can't forget BBB next year, because that's our anniversary time. So that's going to be that's going to be your excuse for. That's going to be an excuse for our anniversary. Is that's what you do for me for my anniversaries? Take me there.
And I mean, BBB is close enough. Even if something were to come up, like when your son got married and we had to leave early or whatever, BB is close enough to if we can be down there in 4 or 5 hours or less.
Yeah,
I say
we can be in Eureka Springs in less than 4 hours.
Oh, did you see that? Her TMMR maybe no more after this year's incidents. I didn't know there was incidents.
No.
Yeah, I had not heard anything about that.
Yeah, I haven't either, Salty. I'd be interested to hear what went down. Now, on Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, guys, we should go to back to the park there where you guys got married and see if that little ranger chick shows up.
I think we should go, and when she comes back, we'll consummate our honeymoon. Trying to arrest me now, bitch. You can't even get a handcuff on this.
Look, kids, bikers. What are they doing, Mommy?
Oh, lady got hit and killed by a bike.
Oh, that's right.
I
Yeah.
hadn't heard that.
Yeah, some dude
At
I
the
think
actual event?
yeah, some guy got hammered and jumped on a bike and ran over this gal. Yeah, that was a bad deal. Actually, then I saw the husband on a news reel where, I want to say they were from Missouri, the couple. And he was literally standing next to her, and the next thing you know, she's, this guy nailed her.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
But I mean, shit like that happens in the event. I mean, it's hard to control that kind of stuff. We at the Freedom Rally, I really had one rule, and the rule was if unless you were going to hurt yourself or someone else, I didn't want to hear about it. But if you're a danger to yourself or a danger to someone else, that's where we had to intervene. But you can't always know when that's going to happen.
No.
I mean, we had a guy take off on a bike. He dropped it. His buddies helped him pick it up. Out there on grass, we didn't give it too much of a thought. That can happen to anybody playing around a little bit and stuff. But then he got out on the gravel road and he dropped it again. And that's when we were like, okay, you're done. Time to park it. His buddies told him to park it. They gave him a ride. The bike stayed there all night. He come and got it in the morning. Just left it where it was at. But,
Yeah.
Goddamn dying breed sucking up to my wife about something here. What's this shit? Look at this. Firecracker, I want to say we all love and support you. And hello, YouTube. It's your favorite American local truck driver checking in from GA. You guys been talking offline. We love and support you. I mean, grass and gravel, I do not like. Well, we got so much of it here in Missouri. You get used to it. I mean, and on the infield where we played the biker games, it is grass, and that is what you want. You don't.
Yeah.
You want that on a spot, and that's what they were doing, was leaving the infield after the biker games and drop the bike, and he was headed back to camp and stuff. So it wasn't a big deal. Hog Rock is only 4.5 hours from Rolla. Just tell everybody where we live, Jay. Out us out, man. Just put it out there for all of the internet to know.
207 West Walnut.
Hey, keep your nuts to yourself.
Go to Casey's, hang a left.
She gave him a coupon book too. Dying. He's talking about dying breed. She gave him a coupon book.
Damn it!
Too.
I want a coupon book. Shit.
John, you got competition.
Damn it!
Oh, good.
What am I doing wrong?
Oh, looky here. Nick says he's her favorite local truck driver.
She's stealing the show, man. Damn it.
Dying Breed threw out a link there for everybody that wants to go check out his channel and stuff. We're having a good time teasing and stuff. But, Firecracker, you're now going to have to let everybody know who's your favorite truck driver on the next episode of Riding in the Ozarks. You have 2 weeks to figure it out. They'll all be tuning in to find out which trucker do you secretly love the most. I mean, you got Randy, you got Nick, you got Dying Breed, Lloyd. It's going to be a tough battle here.
Know.
I think you should figure out a way for them all to compete for first place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Poor Firecracker.
Jay says it better be Jay, honestly. Jay does drive a truck. I didn't want to say who was in that town.
I got love for them all.
Nick says I'm going to move down here to be closer to you.
Oh, God. Oh, God. He doesn't know how to get to our new house, though. So
that's all right. I'll share the location when it gets close. Jay says, I don't count as a truck driver.
Is Firecracker going to be the next Fender Bunny?
No.
She's getting a collection of truck drivers that are like a fan page. YouTube has this analytics stuff that you can look at. And if you have like the T-shirt thing through Teespring set up and tied to your YouTube channel, you'll even get like analytics on what product people clicked on, although nobody's ever bought a t-shirt. But the only ones that get clicked on these days are Firecracker shirts. All of them, the ones I see at the top of the list, are all designs for Firecracker. So she's getting a little social media fan
What are
club,
you
I think.
talking about? Say that again.
So on my
What?
on my analytics here, hang on, I'll pull it up and share it.
Well,
Hang on a
Firecracker
second.
is a cool name. I mean, I can see where somebody would want to wear a shirt that says Firecracker on it.
So I'm going to show you this. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. I have to be careful about what I share here on
I was
analytics.
gonna say, don't open the wrong thing, brother. Jesus.
Yeah, he might get himself in trouble with his wife. Might have
No,
things
it's
hidden
not
on
that,
there.
but there's like some things you're okay sharing and some things you aren't because people get fucking
Yeah.
weird about shit.
Yeah.
So on my analytics page, I have this little tab here that says shopping. See that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Mm.
product clicks in the last 28 days, there's been 33 of them. And what do you see that they're all for? None of them are for writing in the Ozarks designs. They're all clicking on Firecracker on Two Wheels logos. It's all they're shopping for. I got no orders, but I got 33 clicks, and they all are. I think they're looking for. I think we should just put a picture of her feet on a T-shirt and see if it sells.
Well, I think we need to. I really need to.
That
get
way, if they
this-
want a picture of your feet, they have to buy the shirt.
Well, I really think we just need to get this going so I can make shirts for us, for you, and you may have to come up with a different logo for your shirts that I can do on making t-shirts.
Ozarks
I know-
Mafia.
We all know the logo, Mike. You just get a picture of her feet and put it on your shirt.
We already got a logo for the shirt company called Ozarks Mafia. That's the shirt company.
Yep. But I mean, for your writing in the Ozarks, you may need to come up with a different design where I could just start making your shirts,
Yeah, I may have to find something.
and we
but
can make.
I don't
ones
even
where
care about
we
my.
can make-
I don't even care about putting my logo on it. I just want one that says "Eat pussy, not pavement." I think that's a perfect shirt for a biker.
I certainly concur with that.
We got here lot lizard, the term. Trying to catch up on the chat here.
Yeah.
I'll enter a dance off to be April's number one. Jay says.
Oh my, you guys.
I won't cancel my trip because of it though. Not sure if we're got two conversations going on here at once or what.
Right.
Yeah, I was kind of lost on that one.
April's feet pick t-shirts confirmed. Firecracker feet. It has a ring to it.
I'm gonna have to find another girl to give me their feet to take a picture of because my feet are. I don't do nothing with them. I don't do all that fancy finger paint and all that.
Sarah said I can make it to pussy, not pavement. All right, Steve. Well, you've got some fun-filled adventures coming up next couple of weeks. We're going to go do Renegade here in the next 2 weeks. Their summer bash. Maybe check out some more motorcycles. Renegade's got something that I'm really interested in doing in July. I think it's the 7th. I have to look at the date. We'll get that out there. But it's one of their bigger runs, and it's on a Sunday, and it raises money for the local pet shelter. And it's Hogs for Dogs. And they do a run, and they raise money for the pet shelter and stuff, the pet shelter. And I'm going to talk to them about maybe getting involved in that, doing that run, see if we get some more people to come out and support it. Let everybody know we'll be on that run. Maybe even I could talk them into giving me a different 2024 to ride during the run, just to record some footage and promote the bike and stuff.
That's Springfield, Missouri, right?
Yes, sir. Just straight south. Keep coming.
Okay.
Don't go all the way to Eureka.
Or Uranus.
Well, that's a little out of your way. That's more our direction.
Yeah, but it's still fun to say.
You just like to talk about going to Uranus, getting into Uranus.
The chocolate star.
The fudge
Unless you bleach
packing.
it. That's a thing. Just saying.
Beamers for wieners, the dog kind. I dare you to wear a shirt that says Beamers for wieners and come to the Hogs for Dogs ride with us, Chase. I got your back if he tries to take the beamer out.
How about Beamers for Cleveland Steamers? I have to look that one up.
No, I've heard about that one and I am not interested.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
I'm gonna get off here because I'm gonna go discuss with my family about tomorrow.
Okay.
She's
You
got to
figure
figure out
that
what
out?
trucker she wants to hook up with.
Yeah. She's gonna start making pros and cons. Nick is ready for the second licking Uranus ride. I just thought he was for a second. I just saw second licking Uranus. Even if we don't do a camp out, we could do a 1-day event and do a ride to Uranus or something this fall after BBB. Just do a fun ride, kind of get together, do something.
Yeah.
Well, some people may travel from a while, so you got to make it an overnight thing.
Well, those people can stay overnight, but not everybody. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a camp out.
Yeah.
Could
I mean,
be Lake of
you
the
could camp
Ozarks,
out.
meet there, meet. That's always fun, even though we're going to be there, in September.
Yep.
All right.
Dying,
so I'm gonna
Dying Breed
here.
said thoughts and prayers for you, Firecracker.
Thank you. So I will see everybody next time, if not before.
All right. Bye, baby. I'll be in a little bit.
Bye.
Peace.
All right. Bye.
I still have a little alcohol left. I can hang out a few more minutes before I have to go. I got installs to do, man. I am going to give a shout out. I mentioned Beyond Rider sent some shirts to demo. And they're going to be stepping up to do a little more with the channel, supporting the channel, sponsoring some videos and stuff. So big shout out to them. I really appreciate them, reaching out and asking what they can do to help support the channel and stuff. Cardo's been great this year. I became a Cardo brand ambassador. And so they got me on a Pack Talk Edge before I went to Vegas. I got the new Harley Pack Talk Edge to use when I went to Spring Fling so I could test out the Harley unique features and stuff. They've been great to work with. They just sent me a second helmet kit, came in the mail tonight. I mean, these guys, I reached out to them over the weekend about it because I'm going to do a review video. And I'm like, hey, I can just talk about it. But if you guys want to send me a second helmet kit, I'll include that in the video because I think that's an important aspect, being able to have those kinds of things. I don't know about you, Steve, but I have multiple helmets. I mean, I've got my full face. I've got a summer helmet. So having the setup on both where I can just plop the Cardo over from one to the other is a great feature, having that second helmet kit. So I'm going to do an install on one of those. I got some other stuff for the Dyna I'm working on. So I got another video. I got a product for it. I'm not going to talk about yet, but I'm going to review it for a month or two and really put it through the paces and talk about it. But I think it's kind of unique for people who are not on baggers who might be looking for alternatives to just mounting their damn phone on their handlebars. I mean, there's been a lot of people we've talked to who've had problems with their cameras not working for the vibration and things like that. And they're usually mounting them up there to control music or navigation. And I might have a solution that doesn't involve mounting your phone up there for that.
Cool. Hey, on Cardo, so I have, mine's a couple years old, so it's not the newest one like yours. But didn't you tell me that we could still communicate that one Cardo will always connect to another Cardo? Or
well, there's two kinds of connectivity when it comes to Cardo. You can do Bluetooth or you can do mesh. But if you have the Pack Talk Bold, it supports mesh. That's the one that's a couple years old. That will still hook. The Bold will still hook up and connect and talk to the Edge. the Edge has got a better, newer mounting system, but it still uses the same mesh technology, so we could still communicate and talk with that. Um, they just came out with the new Pro model. Just in the last month, they announced that. A lot of people haven't heard about it yet. It is their new flagship premier one. It's basically an Edge on steroids. It has a crash detection system in it that will call an emergency number if it detects a crash.
Oh, wow.
And it has an auto on and off. So, like, I guess if you set it down and it's not moving, it knows it, so it'll turn itself off. And then when you go put it on and the helmet is moving, it can detect the movement and it stays on. If it sets perfectly still for so long, it turns itself off. So you don't get off the bike, set your helmet down, forget to turn your cardo off, and then the battery's dead.
That's a huge feature, because if you take a real bad spill and you're knocked out or worse, you're not able to communicate, and that thing fires off to the emergency central stations or whatever. I mean, that might save your life and you don't even know it.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're a solo rider, I mean, Chase is, for example, going to go on a 1,500-mile iron butt burner, the 1,500 miles in 24 hours. He just did a video about that. I haven't got through it all. It's a little long, Chase. I'm gonna be honest. 40 minutes is a little long. You got to work on trimming that baby down a little bit. But he talked about all the gear he's doing and why he's doing it and whatever else. And he's got his cardo, he's got an Edge and things like that. But that Pro would be like if you're doing a 1,500-mile trip by yourself and you're doing that in 24 hours where you're going to be fatigued, you're going to be riding all night, all these things. I'm not saying I would go upgrade for that, but by God, if I was shopping and I did that kind of riding, that would definitely play into the decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Salty said he got gifted a cardo set up. His wife, my wife was like, not sure. Oh, his wife was like, he doesn't even own a helmet. Well, I'm telling you what, if it's an Edge setup, you can sell that baby.
Yeah.
I wear a helmet a lot more the older I get, but especially when we're touring, and it's something I've thought about doing a video on. Those of you guys that have been around for a while, who've watched the channel since the beginning, may remember, but Firecracker wrecked this Dyna back here, 4 years ago. And she was, building up her confidence, learning to ride, and we were riding together, and we were looking at ordering Bluetooth comm units so we could talk while we were riding, just so I could see how she was doing and communicate, and maybe warn her about, you need to slow down here, or, it's clear. If I pull out in traffic, I can say, yeah, it's clear. Come on, that kind of thing. Or, hey, there's a animal in the road, or, whatever it is. And we were looking at that, and then she had that wreck, and after that, they were ordered. I mean, 5 hours after that wreck, while I was waiting for her to get out of the emergency room, I pressed buy on the ones I was looking at.
Yeah.
If we'd had cardos or comm units, I would have known immediately that she wrecked and would have turned around instead of riding down the road a half mile, wondering where she's at, why she's not catching up, and then turning around, going back and looking for her and wondering, where did she go off the ditch here? Did she go off in the ditch there? Where is she at? So
yeah.
Anyway, it's they have their advantages. And when we ride in bad weather, like we know it's going to be raining and stuff, we use them. If she can't see, if she needs to pull over, she tells me. We pull over, clean the visors, do whatever. And it may be me that tells her, hey, I need to pull over. I got to clear my visors. I'm all fogged up. My glasses are fogged up. I can't see anymore, So they have advantages in certain situations, especially if you're riding with a buddy or a partner that, you need to be able to talk to, riding in the dark and the rain, things like that.
Yeah, no, I think anyone would agree that, a helmet's a smart move.
I don't wear it all the time. I don't wear it a lot of times going back and forth to work, but I'm trying to get better about wearing it. I mean, for years I wore just a skid lid, but I didn't ride with anyone I cared about talking to. I wasn't riding with someone that I, was a partner in my life. I was riding with buddies, and if they went down, they went down. They were adults just like me. I wasn't worried about it. That accident and all those things changed my perspective some, good or bad. It just did. So, we wear them when we travel, especially long distance more, especially if the weather's going to be bad and it's going to be raining. But this second helmet is a open face helmet that I wear on the Dyna, and I think I'm actually going to like it. I got this helmet, and I'm pretty happy with the helmet. It's a Harley Davidson branded helmet, but it's a Scorpion, but it's a 3/4 kind of old school looking 3/4 helmet. And I'm going to stick a Cardo in that, and I'll have audio. And, if I needed to take a phone call or I need to talk to her, maybe I could, or if nothing else, I could yell in the damn thing, pull over, and she'd know to pull over. I have a problem.
Well,
so
when she had trouble with her bike in Arkansas, isn't that how you guys, isn't that how
yeah,
she let you know that she had some issues?
absolutely. We're going down the road and she's talking to me on the Cardo saying, hey, is this road like really rough? Something doesn't feel right. That's how we knew she had a problem.
Yeah.
And, instead of her riding on and making it worse or getting into, a worse situation, she was able to, talk to me. I pulled over. We checked out her bike. Sure enough, she had a wheel bearing go out.
Yep.
So somebody wanted Chasing Adventures link to their channel. We're going to throw that out here. Boom, boom. It's at chasing.adventure.
Sounds like Chase had a bad situation.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not telling anybody what to wear. I'm in a motorcycle rights organization. I fought for the freedom to choose, and I want everybody to have the ability to choose. And on one day, I may choose one thing. On another day, I might choose something else.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I probably would wear one less. But it's pretty hard to mount a goddamn camera on my forehead. I have tried the lick it and stick it mechanism, and it just did not work out.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I just wear a skid lid most of the time, and
and I don't know that you'll ever want to get to that point, Steve. But if you ever do, if you're looking to do something small for an action camera that would work with the skid lid, that Go 3 that Chase and I use, that small one that actually has a hat clip, I can put my hat on backwards, put skid lid over the top of it, and still run the camera off of it and everything else, and you can't hardly notice it. It doesn't add a bunch to your weight or anything else, but it gives you an opportunity to get a little riding footage, a little action footage and stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm riding down the highway with my crew, and there's 10 or 15 of us of them in front of me, it'd be kind of fun to do a 30-40 second short, just showing everybody zipping down the highway. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Right. Or if you're in a 2-lane, they are all lined up in one lane and you cruise past them all and get them all on video. That's a good shot. And everybody, it kind of collects that memory for everybody of everybody riding together, that memory of where they went, what they were doing.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I think that, that's why they're warming up to the idea, because they're seeing themselves on video, and they think it's kind of cool. So hopefully they keep warming up more, and I can get, start getting them on there where they're actually talking, and you can get to kind of know who they are, because I got a great group of people I ride with, which I'm sure
me and Jay were and Firecracker were all hooked together on Spring Fling when her wheel bearing went out. And Jay was back there in the back, and we were talking and being able to communicate and all those things, and it has its advantages. There's times it's nice. We'll have to, next time we're all together, we'll have to build a new group and call it the fucking Misfits, and we'll include Chase and Sarah in that.
I want to start a group, Not a Hamster. I want to get yellow shirts that says Not a Hamster. That's my.
I don't know if I want one of those. That's kind of like wearing a lone wolf patch that says "not an MC."
I thought that's the first. I thought professional monkey probably punched me right in the face.
Yeah. And the hamsters are cool. We have a couple of them up at Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
I got to meet at the Great American Dive Bar. Brian Clock is a hamster. There's several. I've met several that are really cool guys and stuff.
Yeah, I've met a handful of them, and they've all been cool. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of a neat story how it all started. Of course, it started just like anything. A bunch of guys are drunk off their ass, and they're all sitting around bullshitting. And somebody thought, hey, we ought to start a group, and of course they wanted to make fun of it because they were hammered. So that's how they came up with the hamsters.
So Chase just put this out here and he walked right into this. I'm not wearing a patch that says fucking stupid in the Ozarks because if my wife thinks I'm calling her stupid, I'm going to be sleeping on the fucking couch. But I will wear a patch that says drinking in the Ozarks.
Sure.
Yeah. I thought about getting a patch made to say I love riding in the Ozarks, but then I didn't want a bunch of fucking guys wearing that. Thought that might be a little too much.
Hey, you can get a Big Dick's Halfway In shirt down at the Lake of the Ozarks because that's a real place.
Yep. Big Dick's Halfway In. Yep.
Big Dick's Halfway In. What's the other one? Whiskey Dick's.
Whiskey Dick's. They're not that far apart. They're both over on the west side.
Yeah.
There's also, I think, a Big Dick's shop down on the like novelty shop down on the strip.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I got a buddy that's one of my riding buddies has a little house there on the west side of the lake, and he's been updating me on stuff that's going on over on that side because that's kind of considered the slow side, the lorry side.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a new country bar. It used to be a strip joint. Now it's a country bar called Chicks and Dicks. And so he hasn't been there yet, but he's heard good things about it. And then there's a big old marijuana facility they built, and it's bright yellow and black, so it's kind of Missouri Tiger colors. A dispensary, so I don't know if you can go in there and buy it or if they just manufacture it there or what, but it's a sizable facility.
Yeah, we go to Versailles for the Freedom Rally meeting, so we passed that dispensary. I think it's right there on 5 going up.
Yep.
I haven't seen the Chicks and Dicks bar, but we go to the Great American Dive Bar, Campground Dive Bar. They've got their own poker run kind of thing, coin challenge, run going on this year. They're looking for people to do that. There is Chubby's is expanding on the west side over there, and they're going to doing more. And the guy that owns Chubby's is friends with Woody from Buffalo Chip. Woody came down last year and put on the bike show and stuff, so you can expect more involvement. And I mean, I guess we haven't talked about this, but by God, Saturday night, do you know where the place is going to be? Eldon, Missouri, for the AMA's dirt track races. Yeah. We got an officially sanctioned AMA dirt track race at the dirt track in Eldon on Saturday night. So
yes.
I will definitely be buying tickets for that. I am going to go see. I haven't got to go to dirt track races since we went to Springfield Mile. We're back when me and Firecracker were dating about 4 years ago. So I'm excited to take her to the dirt track and to watch the races.
Yeah. Yeah. For anyone that hasn't been to the Lake of the Ozarks in the last 5 or 6 years, man, there's a lot of cool shit going on.
I think the amusement park they're building right there by the Grand Glaze Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're in the building stage, and I think 5 years from now, we're going to really see a lot of what's going on now come to full fruition. Chubby's is building out. I think it's going to take a year or two to get there. Great American Dive Bar is building out, adding cabins, doing stuff. But I think in 5 years, it's going to be, another level of transformation to that whole event and that whole community.
Yeah. Yeah. I still say it's a hidden gem, and especially if you're married, because again, like I've mentioned several times, I mean, there's plenty of things to do for the wife, and especially if she's not really feeling it, doesn't want to go on a run that day. There's shopping. lake activities, all kinds of shit for women to, entertain themselves, if they don't want to ride that day.
Hey, Scott, what do you think of my hat, brother? Jonesy's popped in here. Jonesy gave me this hat here just a month or two ago. He was passing through the neighborhood. We stopped, had a drink, got to hang out and visit for a little bit on my lunch break and stuff.
Sweet.
He's been rolling down in Texas. I follow him on Instagram, keep up with him. Jonesy's a good dude, Scott. We got to meet. I think it was like 4 years ago at Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue with the guys from up northeast. Purple on Three's husband. I think I see her videos more than I see his now. And it was him and another guy that came down and hung out with Scotty, and we were all drinking in the hotel parking lot, having a good time.
Cool. You're saying he travels? Is he a trucker or what's it?
No, he's a biker out of Illinois.
Just happened to be.
Yeah, he has family in Arkansas and he lives in Illinois, so he travels down. Yeah, PSP Tommy G. That's who I couldn't think of. And it was it Bearded Biker or something like that from up there with Tommy G that was with him. Guy rode down like on a little Sportster or something. But then he moved up to a bigger bike the next year. But yeah, PSP Tommy G and Scotty and me and Ozark HC Riders were all hanging out in the hotel parking lot drinking. I think it was maybe my first BB&B after starting the channel and stuff. So it was a good time.
Jonesy, I'm going to be at, not this weekend, but the next Friday, I'll be at Poopy's, and Saturday I'm going to be at Psycho Silo. So if you're in the neighborhood there in Illinois, come over and say hi.
Do to the wife or do with the wife?
It's funny how two little words can mean so much, something different, right?
Steve, you offended Sarah with the stuff to do for the ladies.
Well, I'm just trying to help, brother.
Hey, my wife likes to go to the bike show, the one at the Gentlemen's Club. Her favorite thing is to go inside and get a drink and tip the ladies when we get hot and thirsty. And they haven't had that the last few years. You've missed out on that, Steve, but they used to have a bike show at the Gentlemen's Club, and we'd hang out there for a couple hours, go inside and get a cold beverage, and watch the entertainment and go back out and look at motorcycles. That's a pretty good time.
See what I'm telling you?
All right, guys, I think we've been on here an hour and a half. I am going to call it a night. I've got some installs to do and some videos to edit and everything. I want to give a shout out. Thank everybody for coming out here and hanging out with us, at events like Chase and, Jay and Salty and Jonesy's. I mean, it's really cool when, Zan, half the people in the chat, Busted Knuckles, I've got to I've got to put miles down on the road with and stuff. Yep. So it's a cool thing. And that's part of why I do these lives. It's just like hanging out and catching up with friends and stuff. I'm not worried about if we get a ton of views or anything else. It's just a good time. And we're going to try and get back on a more regular schedule now that we're getting a little bit settled in. I've got, some things set up here, and I think the stream went pretty good tonight with the new internet connection. I got that. I think the bugs worked out on that end, and
perfect.
Right on. All right. Y'all take care. Stay safe. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.